Okay, now I haven't talked a whole lot about these elements, these padlock elements. And you can see here this one that I've decided to, I'm going to use it, but I'm going to use it for something else. So I went ahead and I got a couple of coats of paint on it. And then I also went in and glued in the eye and then added in this acrylic felt just to hold it in place. Now, actually all of the other padlocks, I'll be showing you this one in a little bit. Listen, there's an element in there that moves and rattles around. So why did I do that? I don't know, because I can. And what I want to do with this one, because I was really impressed with myself when I'm like, this fits in so nicely, and it just pops right off. Which I think is an element that I'm gonna like a design element. I think I'm gonna use again. Maybe not necessarily in this, but in others. Now, the little pieces that are in it that make noise, these are the little metal bits from the inside of a parchment paper box. I save all kinds of different things. I kind of like how these look. I like the little perforations. They are a little sharp, which is why I'm wearing a Band-Aid right now. Now, what I noticed though is here there's not a whole lot of space because I went ahead and I was testing something out and I put in this to kind of help give some more weight to the top. This isn't, I'm worried that this is gonna like catch and things won't move. So I went ahead and just eyeballed it and then drew it in. I'm gonna glue this in, but it's not gonna be like perfectly glued. I'm just gonna add some glue around the edges. I can get this and again, I can hear people saying, why aren't you using, I really don't like glue guns. I just don't. I'm getting around into some of the corners with, one of the best and cheapest tools, a toothpick. And don't be like me, children. Don't wipe it on your hand. And then I'm just gonna pop this into the back and give it a press down. Now I'm gonna need to hold this in for a while or find something. I think it's pretty attached. I'm a person who really likes having things attached really well. Again, why I don't like using glue guns. Now in this little compartment, I can place these pieces. Now you might be asking, why would I do that? Because I want to. And the other reason would be because it makes it more interesting. Now you can see here, I've got plenty of places to put glue. If you look here, this is going to be resting right along those edges. So now what I'm going to do is going to come in and put a nice bead of glue around these spots. Make sure I get all up and along there. Kind of wipe that in there. And I'm going to give I'm going to give this one a good one too, because it's like right there. I had considered putting little bells inside of it, each of the locks, and then there was a part of me that's like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want it to be recognizable. I wanted to make sure it was something that you had to think about a little bit. Okay, so I've got my glue in here. I think though that I did not get quite enough glue right here. Let's see, I'll put a little bit more right there. And then with my toothpick, just make sure it's all kind of up in there. Okay, and then I can take this piece, and I'm probably going to get a little bit of a squirt. Well, just a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to put this under a weight. And when I say I'm going to put it under a weight, it means that I'm probably going to use, if I can take these things off, my collection of acorns and etc. are growing. I have some jars right here. I just don't have enough money to buy like 1, 2, 3 blocks. So for things like this, if it's small enough and it'll hit all the corners, I'll do this and let this rest on top. Another thing that I'll do is I will take, I have some glass jars that I've saved, and I will fill them. I've cleaned them and will fill them with water, and they have nice wide places here. Put a little felt and then flip it over if I need something with weight on it. It's also something I can chuck in the recycling if, you know, I need to, or if it gets broken. It's metal and glass, so it can be recycled. So in the next part of the video, I want to show you how I'm working with the other locks. So I'll come back in just a little bit and show you that. Okay, now for these particular padlocks that I've made, these padlock-like things, you can see I've got a coat of decent white here, and I did go in a little bit along that inside ridge. I just wanted to cover up and seal the cardboard. But we can see here that I've got some places that where cardboard doesn't quite meet. Things look a little lumpy, especially when it gets to these inside parts here. If you can, let me see if I can get this light. You can kind of see how these inside parts here are just not as nice as they could be. So what I've been using is lightweight spackling. Thank you, dollar store. And I'm not doing anything super fancy. I'm not working with any tools. I'm just using my finger. I know that for some folks, putting things on, getting things like this on their hands is very unpleasant. So I'm not one of those people. So as you can see, I just dig right in. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of wiping it back and forth and trying to fill up as many of those little areas that are kind of uneven. The spackle, I'm really glad I started using the spackle. It's been a great help in working on the dollhouse, which, yes, we will be getting back to that. Maybe there's part of me that's like, kind of like Ara from Bentley House Minis. It's like she has beetle gust, which I absolutely love. Ara's cool all the way around. If you are a fan of miniatures, go watch Ara's channel. She's just awesome sauce. Anyway, she has beetle gust, where she's working on her beetle juice house. And she's been doing it for a couple of years now. And maybe I should just have for Marielle's house, like, you know, midwinter Marielle. Because it seems that I really do more work on Marielle in the winter months when it's cold outside. Okay, so you can see I've gotten some in here. And it doesn't have to look perfect, because I'm going to come in here and sand. You can see how rough that looks. I do the inside first and then the outside. I have a feeling I'm probably going to use a little bit more on the outside, because I think I'm going to do a couple of sandings on this. And I've just got like really fine grade sandpaper. You know, this is dollar store spackle. It's not like I could breathe on it and it's going to fall apart, but I'm kind of asking it to do some things that, you know, aren't on the label. Now, another thing I've been doing is taking little bits of it and running across some of the locks where there's some places where the like you can see here, this is a little big and this is a little small. Spackle is great for this, and it dries so quickly. I can kind of fudge my way through things a little bit, and for these I'm just taking a little on my hand or my finger and just wiping it on and then kind of smoothing it over. But I have a feeling I'll probably add a little bit more here and a little bit more in here, and then here is an area part of me really thinks that I need to tape off these eyes, because and when I say tape off the eyes, I'm going to take some masking tape and go in and cover them. There. Okay, now, where's that toothpick? Let's see. I got a toothpick here. When your fingers are too fat, use a toothpick. So you can see how I can kind of fill in some spots a little bit. And again, it may take a couple of coats to get it to where I want it. But, you know, this is me. This is my jam. This is what I do. So now I've got all of these spackled. I'm going to set them aside and let them dry. And the next time we see these again, I'm going to do some sanding and show you what it looks like afterward and how I do the sanding, that sort of thing. So, to all my patrons, thank you very much for sticking with me, and helping me out. And I'm gonna show you. We were out today and running some errands, and I've been wanting one of these coleuses from this. I was actually going to do a bad thing. I was going to like steal a little snippet from one of the plants at the back, and when we were walking past and going over to the bus stop, this was laying right in my path. So I picked her up and I brought her home and I put her in a Yarritos bottle. Yarritos. Oh, thank God for Yarritos. And let's see if I can get my little princessa to she's looking a little better. She's looking a little rough right now, but I hope I can bring her back because she's very pretty, and I would like to have another plant. And I thought it was interesting because it was like the day I was like, finally, like, I'm totally going to get one of these. I'm going to just snip off a little leaf. I'm going to pinch a little piece off. And it's like, this was laying right in my path. So, thank you, patrons. And I will see you in the next video.